Okay, do you want to get faster? Do you want to get better at going uphill? Do you want to get faster at going on the flat? If you do, listen to this video. I'm going to give you a challenge and I'm going to give you the 3 ways that I've used, my secret ways over the years to have success in running. Now I've just done this session and so I'm wiped out. I've done a variant of it. I'm going to tell you about this session and it's so important and it's going to help you build strength in the glutes, the hamstrings, and a great relationship between fast feet and strong glutes, strong hamstrings, strong power muscles, which is going to make you faster going uphill and faster on the flat. Whatever distance you're trying to get better at, whether it's 3,000 meters, 5,000 meters, marathon or ultra marathon, this is going to make you a better runner. Now, over the years, I've split my time from the south of Spain, Granada, to the north of Thailand. As soon as it gets cold, at like the end of October, start of November, I'll fly to Thailand and be training in the mountains again in hot conditions. So the first little secret that I've had, and the advantage that I feel as if I have over my competitors, is I train in the heat. I'll purposely seek out hot conditions in the south of Spain or the north of Thailand and mountainous regions where I can train in the heat for a long time, and that gets me acclimatized to the heat, so when I race in 10, 12, 15 degrees Celsius, it feels easier. Training in the heat is very similar to training at altitude, apart from you don't have to be on top of a mountain in maybe boring situation where there's nothing else to do. You can live a normal life and you can train in the heat, similar adaptations to the blood, and it makes race day so easy. The amount of times where I've got to halfway, 30k, 33k in a marathon and felt this is super easy because I'm used to training in 30, 35 degrees Celsius. Super important. And it's been super important for my success over the year. It makes it feel easy. Really, like a good example of this was British Championships, 100k. It was a hot May day in the UK, in Yorkshire, and everyone else was hot. I could see everyone, like salt coming off people, the sweat coming off people. It got to 50k, I still had my gloves on because at 18 degrees Celsius, 19 degrees Celsius, it still felt like a cool day because I'd just come from Spain. Perfect example, and it's an advantage over my competitors, and it's a way that you can get faster. The next way that I feel as if I have an advantage over most of my competitors is I put a lot of cycling into my training. So in addition to the running training that I do a lot of time on the bike, and I progressed up from 4 hours, 6 hours per week to 10, 15 hours a week. And when I'm on a really, really good week, then I'm going to be doing 10 to 15 hours a week. So it's 250 to 300 kilometers a week on the bike, in addition to the training that I do running. Why do I do that? It makes me a better, it builds endurance and builds stamina, and it's basically like doing extra long runs. There's not so many times a week you can go for a 2, 3 hour, 4 hour run, but you can easily do that on the bike and get up the next day and go for a run and even do a training session. It's really, it's like free endurance, free stamina, and without the risk of the pounding, and hitting the joints, the muscles, etc. Yeah, so that's the second secret. This third secret, which has been this is the best, and this is why I'm telling you about it. And it's something that everybody can do. It doesn't matter whether you've got access to mountains or hills, or whether you need to use a treadmill. Everybody can do this, and that's hill training. It's hill intervals, long hill runs, and then I'm going to show you how to split up and the challenge. The challenge is simply 10% gradient on a treadmill. Try to do this on a treadmill so you can kind of compare the conditions, and then you can kind of go outside and go at different hills. When you go up a mountain, you're going to be going up 5%, and then it's 7%, then it might be 15%, then it might be 25%, and it'll go back to 3%. The mountain is not consistent all the way up. The treadmill is your best friend when it comes to kind of getting fit and really focusing on and comparing session after session. So get on a treadmill, put it at 10%, and whatever pace you need to go at, hold that for 30 minutes. So that might be walking pace to begin with for you, yeah? For me, I've just done a session where it was literally, I started off and I did 10K for 30 minutes. 10K per hour, 30 minutes, 10%. Yeah, so you start off, and because you're going up a hill, your body improves the biomechanics. So your biomechanics improve because your body wants to get up the hill as efficiently and as fast as it possibly can. Naturally, we look for shortcuts as humans. So running up hills will build stronger glutes, stronger hamstrings, but it will also improve where you hit the ground on your foot. So you're hitting the ground mid-foot, you're learning how to do that, and you're teaching yourself to become a better runner, and you're pushing off efficiently from the ball of your foot, from your toes, and that relationship between the glutes, the hamstrings, and fast feet is improved, which is going to help you at all your running. It's going to help you on the flat and whatever distance you're training for, whether that's 5K or marathon or ultra marathon. This is going to make you a better runner. So 10%, start with whatever pace you can. If you need to start with walking, start with walking. The benefits that you'll get from walking up 10% hill on a treadmill are all the muscles, the small muscles in the lower leg, the calf muscles, the gastroc, the soleus, the relationship between the Achilles and the soleus, all those will be strengthened because of you walking up a gradient. They're going to get stronger, and that's going to lead you on to the next step, which might be 6 or 7 kilometers an hour. So super slow running, and it might feel easy. You just need to focus on your form, bringing your arms up, and bringing your arms up to this level, and driving your arms, keeping them straight, keeping them close to the body, and everything aligned. And as always, toe, ankle, knee, hip, all aligned. And just focus on that. If it's 6 kilometers an hour, even if it's walking pace, 5 kilometers an hour, do that. And then progress from that, to a point where you can get to 7 and 8 kilometers an hour. And once you do that, if it's too much, if it's too much pace and you get exhausted, split it up. Split the 30 minutes up into intervals. You can start with 1 minute intervals. So you literally do 30 times 1 minute with a minute rest in between, and start with maybe 7 or 8 kilometers, and just run 1 minute. Focus on your form, focus that you're engaged, focus and isolate the glutes. Make sure the glutes are doing the majority of the work and pushing you up that hill. And gradually build on that interval. So do 1 minute intervals, then 2 minute intervals, then maybe 10 times 3 minute intervals with a minute in between, and gradually build the length of that interval. 5 minute intervals, then 7 minute intervals, then 10 minute intervals, 3 times 10 minute, great session. And build yourself into a hill runner. And what you're going to get along the way is, like I said, great relationship between the big power muscles and fast feet, but also lots of strength in the lower leg. Your lower leg is going to need to keep up with the rest of your body in order for you you're basically stressing the body, and then it's recovering, and as it recovers, it builds a stronger runner. That's going to make you faster. Now, if you want more advice like this, more sessions like this, like, subscribe, tell me about your running in your comments, and tell me what you'd like me to talk about in the comments below, and I'll talk about it. I love running, I love training, I love getting better and progressing towards races, and I love anybody who's trying to better themselves in some way, shape or form. And if that's running, great, we can talk about it.